What's going on, guys? This is Bobby Douglas. This is just the second half of the Cam Thomas game. We saw in the first half his shot-making ability and some erratic play on the offensive end, along with his just total lack of effort defensively. So pretty, well-rounded in terms of scouting first half for Cam Thomas, I would say. So I'm excited to get into the second half with you guys. Doesn't play a whole lot, maybe like 12 minutes. So it should be a pretty quick video, and let's get right to it. Sorry this is coming out late. I got a little bit caught up watching the playoffs tonight. So obviously, Brooklyn killed Milwaukee in Game 2, and then Phoenix just finished up beating Denver in Game 1. As you can see, Cam Thomas on the strong side. He's one pass away right now. And again, you just see him in his stance, just totally up right now. He's getting into a little bit of a stance, but we got a foul here. Not much going on. We'll skip ahead. And here we go. So here he is. He was on the ball for a second there. Here he is, one pass away. Not much going on. He's going to take JT Thor down low. And again, right there, I don't think that's his man. I just want to replay this again. So right here, I just want to replay this again. So, okay, yeah. So this is going to be his man. LSU, remember, they switch pretty much everything off the ball. And so right here, like, what's going on? So, Javonte Smart's pretty much lost. It looks like they're in almost like a zone, right? And then right here, everybody loses track of this guy. And, that's Cam Thomas's man, but, like, it really kind of isn't because they're switching everything. But still, just the communication was really bad on this LSU team defensively. And then, just kind of, I don't know what happened there. It looked like Darius Dace hits that three. I want to see if Thomas passed that. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Oh, no, that wasn't Thomas passing it. But, the communication for LSU is just not there defensively all year. And so, Cam Thomas can only be blamed for some of that. Right here, again, shouldn't be leaving his guy wide open. So, again, obviously this guy needs to do a better job, containing Sharife Cooper. But still, Cam Thomas, for him to commit this far over, it's just such an easy three. And so, just kind of like off ball, just, I do like that he's kind of more engaged to start off the second half. But he's not really making the correct decisions a lot of the time. And here he is bringing the ball up the floor. Looks like it's going to be deflected. Oh, and that was the three earlier. We got Thomas on the weak side right now in the corner. And we got a three-pointer for LSU. This game gets pretty much blown open. I think LSU wins by like 25-30. Auburn just really can't keep up with LSU's offense. You can see right here, pretty late to react to the cut, and now he is in the post. Can't really do much about that. He actually gave a pretty good contest, and again, he's pretty, for being 6'4", I think he's pretty long. I think he's he can contest better than he's demonstrated at LSU. So like if he really kind of just starts to buy in defensively, and like I think he could be like an average defender in the NBA. But right now it's just really hard for me to just kind of like make that leap with him because he's just so far away from being an impactful defender. And here he is coming off of, looks like a floppy action, and he's going to get the ball. Sharife Cooper's on here right now, and he's going to give that up to Watford, and not much going on there for LSU. And here's Cooper. And again, you can see him just like what the fuck is this, okay? So you can see, so it's a 3-on-2, right? So Cam Thomas is going to take this guy below, right? Watford should be sinking, and this guy's going to get a wide open dunk because Thomas is just like, he just nopes out of there, right? So right here, look at this. Like, this is too easy for Sharife Cooper. What the fuck is Cam Thomas doing here, right? This is a wide open dunk. Like, he just wants to go block him. It's like a fucking lineman in football, right? Like I just don't get that, And so there's just so many plays where you're just shaking your head, defensively especially, because you just don't know what's really going on. And again, like if I'm coming across as like overly harsh, just please remember that like I'm evaluating him in the context of him being a top 20 guy on my board. Okay, so like, based on how I'm scouting him in this game, it may seem like I have him lower. He actually offered a decent contest on that shot right there. But just remember, like, where I have him, okay? I'm just trying to point out, like, defensively, there have just been so many mistakes so many lacks of effort in this game that you kind of have to point them out. But just keep in mind that I do have him as like a top 20, 25 guy on my board. So just, I want that to be clear. If it comes across that I'm being like a little bit too harsh on him. Right there, just simple action coming off of he just lifting up right there and just wide open three, gets it off over Sharif Cooper. Really nice shot. And again, just like you can see, he has 19 points, 3 of 5 from three. He averaged like 24 a game this year. And so, that's what he's offering to an NBA team. Just scoring, shot making, shot creation, confidence. Those are his main attributes. I would say you can see him. He's right. Oh, he was open right there. Smart needs to find him. But it doesn't matter. LSU's a flamethrower, so. But again, so I just want you guys to keep that in mind if I seem a little bit too harsh, because there are just, there are just so many plays defensively where you're just kind of shaking your head. You see him right here. Again, it's another off-ball switch. And, pretty decent contest right there. And he's kind of just getting out of the lane right there, trying to avoid that confrontation. And again, he's not the most aggressive defender either. We talked about it in the first half where he'll make one kind of like half effort, and then he'll kind of just, stop trying. Right here, I kind of want to pull back on this a little bit because this is the type of like scoring gravity that I think Cam Thomas could provide later in his career because, you can see him right here. So like he has the entire Auburn defense kind of collapsing on him, right? And this guy's going to be open for a three. This time, actually, Cam Thomas finds the open shooter. And so if he can continue that development as a passer, I think he could be like a much more well-rounded player. So really nice job finding that pass. And again, that could be a shot. So, I don't think the cupboard is totally bare when it comes to Cam Thomas's like overall distribution skills. Obviously, he's very raw in that regard. But those flashes are, present, I would say. And so that's encouraging, at least for me. I'm not really expecting him to be a good passer or like a reliable passer. But, if he can really kind of continue that growth, I think that would really improve his NBA prospects moving forward. Yeah, free throws right here. Yeah. Thomas in the corner. And again, looks like this is going to be the Javonte Smart show. Nope, never mind. Little swing action. They're going to try and get Cam Thomas the ball. And again, right here, like, I don't know if this is just like an offense thing, but like, why is he coming all the way up here to receive the ball? Like, seriously, if he cuts hard to the corner, right, and Javonte Smart makes that drive, he should be open for a corner three. But Thomas is kind of just going to lift up, and then all of a sudden, it's just like the spacing is pretty much ruined, right? Like, right here, they have 4 guys within a 10-foot radius. Just seems very, very counterproductive. Got Cooper on a 3-on-2. That should be a foul. Yeah. It maybe looked like a set play there. They wanted to get Thomas off of that double screen. In which case the spacing just maybe wasn't, ideal. But here comes LSU on the break. Holy shit. Jeez. Sometimes, man, these, middle tier SEC games are just kind of like just ridiculous in how like hilarious they are. Like, I don't even know who this guy is. I think Gates, Eric Gaines. I've never heard of him, but he's just going up there just trying to Ja Morant the shit out of that dunk. Really nice play by Gaines though, right there. Oh yeah, there we go. Well done. Okay, this guy's just a ball full of energy. Holy shit. Okay. That's fun. Right there, bad alley-oop play by Auburn, and here comes LSU again, and just, oh my god, that's going to be nope, never mind. No foul. Oh, and one, never mind, okay. What a crazy sequence that was. So you got free throws here. And Auburn's in this full court press, so it's getting really up and down. If you guys watch this game like live, or if you watch it with the sound on, you'll hear Dallin Cuff talking about the over/under basically the entire game, and I think it was like in the 160s, which for a college game is like ridiculous. And I think this one kind of shattered it. I forget the final score, but it was something like well over 160, I would say. And you can see the pace is just getting like crazy right now. There's Alan Flanagan. He was a guy that might have, if he had come out, he probably would have gotten second round looks. I think he's staying at Auburn. And here he is, Cam Thomas coming. He's going to curl that. Again, really nice footwork right there, and he's going to draw another foul. But right here, just a footwork, so he's going to like pretend like he's curling, right? And it's just a little, not even a reverse pivot, but just kind of like a right foot pivot. And he's going to get the defender out of position. He's going to rise and fire. One dribble, and again, gets it off really clean. And he draws a foul, which obviously that was one of his major strengths as well, getting to the free throw line. And we will see Cam Thomas shoot these free throws right here. And again, part of it too, I think the reason why he draws so many fouls, just a theory of mine, is that his elbow is pretty extended, right? If I could get it into frame. His elbow is pretty extended when he's shooting the ball. And so I think by doing that, he kind of takes up more space and conversely gives the defender less space to contest, right? And so I think he probably gets a lot of these fouls where, a guy hits his elbow or something like that. We saw in the first half, as he's out right here, we saw in the first half how, he kind of likes to flail his legs out a little bit as well. But I think just kind of eliminating that space in the air is probably maybe a good reason why, he draws so many fouls. He was out for about 3 minutes right here, and he's back in on the ball. But that's just a theory of mine. We got LSU ball here. And again, Auburn's back in this press. They're down 23. This game's, for all intents and purposes, this game's over. I don't think we got someone throwing it off the leg. And again, LSU's running like a football play. And here we are. We got Cam Thomas in the open floor. And again, right there, just a little bit loose with the ball and just kind of crazy. So he can get a little bit out of control. But I think when he sees an opportunity to score, I think, he attacks it head on. He's not going to be like sitting around like hesitating or being timid, which I think is like part of the reason why I like him so much, is that he's just so confident and he doesn't like think. You know what I mean? He doesn't overthink. Sometimes, I watch a lot of the Bulls, so I look at Patrick Williams in his rookie year, and like he would have been so much better if he just didn't. That's just a ridiculous shot. We'll just replay this right here. And so again, those are the types of shots that he'll take. But with Patrick Williams, it felt like he was thinking too much, and so he was kind of like paralyzed by his own thoughts, right? With Cam Thomas, it's like the opposite, right? I don't want this to sound mean or anything, or like me calling him stupid, but like there isn't really a thought in his head, and I think that's a good thing, because like he's so, wired to score, and I think that he's so good at having a short-term memory. He doesn't let one miss affect him, and so I think that type of confidence is really going to carry over in the NBA. Just because like the NBA, like it's tough for a rookie, especially early. And so it just becomes like this mental game. So many rookies just struggle with confidence. I really don't think that's going to be an issue for Cam Thomas, which I think might help him be a more productive rookie than I think people may expect him to be. Defensively, I think it's going to be a work in progress, obviously, but I think offensively, he can really be a juggernaut off the bench, I would say. We got, let's see. And here we go. This should be a make. Yeah, and again, he draws the foul again, it looks like. So we'll see it right here. And again, you can see Cooper just kind of runs into him, but you can tell that Thomas is kind of, and he does a good job, too, of kind of hiding it, too, because it looks pretty natural what he's doing, but he is kind of sticking his legs out a little bit forward to try and get those calls. We'll watch it again right here, and I'll pause it right here. Okay, so again, Cooper's just late to rotate, right? He's out of position. Cam Thomas has all the time in the world, and you'll see him flail his legs out a little bit, and it's almost like a C, right? And so, but a lot of guys, when they try to do this, they'll stick out one leg, right? And it's pretty obvious that they're trying to draw a foul. Thomas is going to stick out both legs, right? And then Cooper obviously runs into him, which isn't a smart play. But just that subtle little thing, and that's what I'm talking about, kind of just taking away space for the contest, right? So, with his elbow flared out as it is, right? That allows him to really just that allows him to eliminate space. It helps him draw fouls. It's going to make that first free throw. And again, 88% from the line this year. He's a great free throw shooter. And so he knows what he does well, right? So he knows to help his team win, like he should be getting to the line. And that's what he's been doing in this game. He shoots 11 free throws in this game. I think he averaged around 8 a game, which is absurd. He misses that one, but he was 10 of 11 today. So Then you can see him right here. I think he's been a little bit better defensively in the second half compared to the first half. Not saying a lot, but I do think that he's put a little bit better effort in. And here he is again. You could tell he sees an opening and he's just gonna attack it. And right here he draws another foul. LSU's already in the bonus. Like that's just, you don't really see a lot of rookies and young guys doing that. And I think that's kind of projectable because Thomas was a freshman on this team, and this was an established LSU team. Like they had a lot of returning guys. And Thomas is going to make that free throw. And for him to just kind of walk in and be like the go-to scorer and kind of embrace that, I think mentally that says a lot about him. And I understand he takes a lot of really shitty shots, and I understand that he can be erratic at times. I understand defensively he just doesn't really try a whole lot. But I do think just that confidence and that score-first mentality will translate to the NBA, and that's why I have him ultimately in the top 20. Thomas is going to be back in about 1 minute, 1 hour, 59, so I'll skip ahead here. We're wrapping it up a little bit. Thomas is in for maybe another 6 minutes of YouTube time, so maybe like 3 minutes of game time. Then he's out, and I think he shoots maybe 2 more free throws, and then he's done. And again, Auburn's down by 20. Under 8 minutes. Here's Thomas getting the ball out of a DHO. Late in the shot clock. Let's see what LSU does. That's going to be Auburn ball. Yeah. Let's see, another turnover for Auburn. Again, Cooper, not a great game for him. 2 assists to 6 turnovers. Not great. Again, Thomas is getting him. He's pretty open. They're kind of like offloading that side, so Thomas is kind of there on an island. So Cooper kind of has to make that decision. But I do think he can kind of I think off the catch he's a very good shooter, and especially off the dribble. Obviously, we know. Just kind of comfortable getting his shot off in any sort of situation. Kind of got shoved out in that box out right there. But, just a guy that you would want shooting the ball, I think, at the end of the game, just because I think that confidence is legit. He's pretty crafty. He can manipulate the defender with eye fakes, ball fakes, things like that. Because he's so unpredictable offensively in terms of, when he's going to shoot it and where. You can see right there, it is just, a total just, bullshit shot, right? Pull up 2 mid-range. It's whatever. It's Cam Thomas. But because he's so unpredictable in terms of when he's going to shoot it, I think it opens up a lot of things for him to do offensively. So I think that kind of erratic play style kind of makes him more dangerous in a way. And then obviously we saw it once in this half where he made a really good pass off of a drive. And if he can really kind of just hone that skill, he all of a sudden becomes a much more effective offensive player and much more multi-dimensional player. We got a foul on the ground here. I think on Cam Thomas. You can see freshman with the most 25-point games. He had 12 at this point in the season, and you could see everyone else is kind of just way lower. Cade Cunningham, who I will probably do next week. He was there with 8. But just wired to score, just kind of what he is. See what he does here. Again, he's on Cooper, not really going to get the ball doing a whole lot there. Good back cut. So that's what I mean, when he has, basic cutting instincts, right? So he kind of sees this off the drive, and immediately he's gone. This is a smart cut by Thomas. It just kind of doesn't really work out, and obviously the spacing is kind of clumped right there as well. But, I do kind of like that he's I think he's a pretty instinctual cutter, especially when he knows he's about to hit the ball, right? So that's kind of what he is. Just kind of a ball-centric type of player. We got JT Thor. Let's see what he does here. I'm actually that's an interesting shot. That's, JT Thor. Showing the NBA flashes, I see. He's an interesting guy for me. JT Thor. I admittedly didn't watch a whole lot of him, but NBA guys really seem to like him. So again, right here, Thomas is just kind of meandering in transition, right? So you'll see him. He's kind of just turned around, doesn't really know where to go, and so he's just kind of like fade to this space right here. And so he has two guys to really worry about, but he's going to try and box this guy out, and then this guy's going to be wide open for a putback opportunity. Doesn't really, pan out for Auburn, but again, another good job. And again, you can see kind of just like the Harden-like tendency right here, just kind of doing that fallback when he gets hit on the dribble. And again, that's an NBA move, I think, and that's going to be called a foul in the NBA a bunch. So again, smart move by Thomas right there. And I think after these free throws, he is done. So we'll watch these free throws, see him make these last two, and then I will end this video. Again, makes the first. And this will be the last play we watch before I end it. And again, sorry this was late. I just got caught up watching NBA basketball tonight. So that'll be it. Thomas is going to go out, and I will pause the video here. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I think Cam Thomas is one of the more exciting players to watch just because he's so unpredictable in terms of what he's doing, especially on the offensive end. So I guess on the defensive end too, but more in a more negative sense. Very intriguing player in my mind. I think, he was kind of unknown heading into the season as a freshman. He played at Oak Hill, but and he was like a very talented scorer there. But in terms of the national scene, he wasn't a 5-star or things like that. I don't think he was a McDonald's All-American. So to kind of just come into this LSU team as an 8, they end up getting an 8 seed in the tournament, and they were close to beating Michigan in the round of 32. But for him to kind of just be the go-to guy as a freshman, not really a super heralded freshman either, I think that's pretty impressive. I think it speaks a lot about his confidence and just overall style of play. So I'm really high on him, I think, compared to most. Again, top 20 guy for me right now. I don't think he'll fall out of the first round for me. I think I'm pretty confident in saying that at this point. So, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you tomorrow. I think we're breaking down Keon Johnson, so I will get that out tomorrow. And, yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you then. Bye.